Welcome back. Today you're not just watching another motivational video. You're entering a new way of thinking, a new way of living, a new path that very few people ever follow. Most people chase loud success. They want quick tricks, secret hacks, overnight results. But real power is quiet. It hides in places no one films. It lives in the same simple actions, repeated every day, even when no one is watching. This is the silent power of daily practice. You won't see fireworks. You won't get instant applause. But you will get progress. Steady, loyal, unstoppable progress. Like a seed under the soil. Nothing to show on the first day. Nothing to show on the second day. But roots are growing. And once the roots are strong, the tree rises without asking permission. Here's the truth. Success is not a single event. It's a rhythm. It's brushing your skills like teeth every day, no debate. 5 pages read. 10 minutes of speaking practice. 1 focused writing exercise. A short workout. Small, clear, repeatable. When you do it daily, it compounds. When you skip it, it disappears. And yes, this video is also your English workout. I use clear, simple sentences so you can follow easily. Listen closely. Repeat the phrases out loud. Pause and shadow the speech. Every view is a language rep. Every sentence is a mental push-up. You're not just learning about success. You're training your ear, your mouth, and your mind at the same time. Now listen to me carefully. You don't need motivation every day. You need a system every day. Motivation's a feeling. A system is a schedule. Feelings change. Schedules guide. Build a schedule that survives your moods. If you're serious about changing your life and improving your English, stay with us. Watch till the end. Take quick notes. Repeat the key phrases. And subscribe right now. So this training returns to you every day, like a coach knocking on your door, like a friend who believes in you, like a mirror that shows your future self. This is not just a video. This is your daily practice. Room quiet, simple, powerful. Build your roots. Protect your rhythm. Make it too small to skip. Now let's begin. Truth 1. Small done daily. Big done rarely. Most people swing for a home run once, then put the bat away. They join a gym once. They write 3 pages, then stop. They practice English for a week, then get busy. They think success is a fireworks show. Loud, bright, 1 moment, finished. But real success is a candle you light every day. Quiet, steady, relentless. Champions don't rely on giant days. They rely on ordinary days stacked like bricks. 1 brick is nothing. 10 bricks are something. 1,000 bricks is a wall that weather can't break. Your life is that wall. Your habits are the bricks. Think about compound interest. A tiny percent repeated becomes power. Skills grow the same way. 1 clear repetition, then another, then another. Not exciting, always effective. A violinist who plays 20 minutes daily will pass the one who practices 3 hours once a week. A runner who jogs a slow mile each morning will beat the sprinter who shows up when motivated. A learner who speaks 5 sentences of English every day will sound natural before the person who studies hard on Sundays. Why? Because the brain loves rhythm. The body loves rhythm. Progress loves rhythm. Here is a rule that changes lives. Make it too small to fail. 5 new words. 1 paragraph. 10 push-ups. 2 minutes of deep breathing. It's not the size, it's the repeatability. Here is the second rule. Protect the chain. Put a mark on a calendar. 1 mark for each day you show up. Your first job is not to be perfect. Your first job is not to break the chain. Third rule, attach to a trigger. After coffee, 5 words. After lunch, 1 paragraph. Before bed, read 1 page aloud. Triggers remove decisions. No decision, no delay. 4th rule, start ugly, Finish proud. You don't need perfect form to begin. You need movement. Movement creates momentum. Momentum creates pride. Pride keeps you coming back tomorrow. What about big days? They'll come. But they will be the effect, not the cause. Daily work builds capacity. Capacity makes big days possible. Say these lines with meslowly, clearly. This is your English and your mindset, together. Small daily actions build big results. I show up even when I don't feel like it. Done is better than perfect. I improved 1% today. Again, a little stronger. Small daily actions build big results. I show up even when I don't feel like it. Done is better than perfect. I improved 1% today. Good. That's a rep. Reps compound. Your 7-day starter plan. Simple, repeatable, visible. Day target, 10 minutes total. Skill, choose one. English, charchurs, fitness, writing, career. Structure, 1. Trigger, after breakfast. 2. Microtask, O English, learn 5 words, speak 5 sentences out loud. O Fitness, 10 push-ups, 10 squats, 30-second plank. O Writing, 5 bullet ideas plus some. 1 ugly paragraph. O Career, read 1 page of a book plus some. Send 1 value email. 3. Track, put 1 on your calendar. 4. Rule, never miss twice. If you slip, return with a 2-minute version. When this feels easy, extend to 15 minutes, then 20. Keep it small enough to finish. Keep it consistent enough to transform. Remember, big effort once makes a story. Small effort daily makes a life. So start now, quietly, powerfully. Do 1 push-up, read 1 page, speak 1 sentence in English, improve 1%, then tomorrow again, and again, and again. This is how ordinary days become an extraordinary future. Truth 2. Boring builds brilliance. Most people chase Sparkle's new hacks, fresh tools, loud motivation. They want progress to feel exciting. The moment it turns quiet, they quit. But every master learns the same lesson. Greatness is a drumbeat, not a fireworks show. It is the same simple motion, repeated until it becomes who you are. Success doesn't live in the noise. It lives in the reps you don't post. In the early minutes when no one texts. In the late minutes when no one cares. In the ordinary drills that would bore 99% of people and separate the 1% who keep going. Think of a metronome. Click, click, click. Musicians don't argue with it, they submit to it. That steady beat is boring. And that steady beat is accuracy. Athletes do the same motion, again and again, until the body stops asking and starts answering. Writers polish the same paragraph until it reads like water. Investors repeat the same calm habits. Save, budget, learn through seasons of hype and fear. Boring is not the enemy. Boring is the path. Want fluent English? Drill the same patterns daily. I used to, but now I will gain champagne south. I'm practicing Huanchan so I can work out time things. Say them with different words, different topics, same structure. 10 minutes every day, boring and unbelievably effective. Want to get fit? Repeat the basics. Squats, pushes, pulls, walks, track the numbers. Add 1 rep when ready. Ignore the circus. Own the fundamentals. Want to build wealth? Repeat the behaviors. Spend less than you earn. Invest on schedule. Learn 1 concept a week, not dramatic, completely life-changing. Here are 5 rules to make boring work unstoppable. 1. 1 micro skill. 1 micro block. Pick something tiny and precise. 5 minutes shadowing English audio. 20 push-ups. Review 10 flashcards. Make it too small to skip. 2. Same time, same place, same trigger. After coffee, drills. After lunch, read aloud. Before bed, revise notes. A fixed trigger removes decisions. No decision, shosh, no delay. 3. Count reps, not feelings. Write the number down, 10 sentences, 3 sets. 1 page. Feelings are loud, numbers are loyal. Let the count lead you. 4. Protect the chain mark each day you show up. Your first goal is not perfection. Your first goal is continuity. If you miss a day, don't miss 2. 5. Upgrade by 1%. Keep the drill. Nudge the difficulty. Slightly faster audio. 1 extra rep. 1 new example sentence. Small is sustainable. Sustain becomes unstoppable. Try this 7-minute boring power circuit. English plus life. Minute Summary 2. Shadow simple sentences from a clear audio. Repeat exactly. Minutes 23. Write 3 sentences using the pattern if I met suntory, I will samhambise toes. Minutes 35. Do 2 sets of 10 bodyweight moves, push-ups or squats. Minutes 56. Review 10 vocabulary cards you've seen before. Minute 67. Budget 1 expense you'll reduce tomorrow. Pause $1 action you'll take. Track it with 1 check mark. Repeat tomorrow. Same drill. Same time. Same trigger. Say these lines out loud. Your English rep plus your mindset rep. Boring practice builds brilliant results. I repeat the basics until they become automatic. I improve a little today again. I don't chase excitement. I build excellence. You won't always feel proud after a boring session. That's okay. The pride shows up later as fluency, as strength, as options. Your future self is built by today's quiet decisions. Respect the repetition. Honor the routine. Keep going when it's not exciting. Because boring work, done daily, becomes brilliant performance, done naturally. Truth 3. Repetition writes your identity. People say, I'm not disciplined. I'm not confident. I'm not good at English. But that's not identity, it's history. It's just what you've repeated so far. You're not lazy. You repeated postponing. You're not shy. You repeated silence. You're not bad at English. You repeated avoiding English. Here's the truth. The person you are is the sum of your reps. Change the reps. Change the person. Think of a sculptor. 1 tap does nothing. 10 taps look like nothing. 1,000 taps. A face appears from stone. Identity is the same. Every repetition is a tap on who you become. Athletes repeat fundamentals until the body answers automatically. Musicians repeat scales until the fingers sing without thinking. Writers repeat sentences until the voice appears on the page. Fluent speakers repeat patterns until the mouth moves like music. Repetition isn't only about getting better. It's about becoming different. Want confidence? Don't wait to feel it. Repeat confident actions. Eye contact, clear voice, steady breath. Want discipline? Don't wait for motivation. Repeat start times, end times, no negotiation blocks. Want English fluency? Don't wait for perfect grammar. Repeat daily speaking, daily listening, daily writing. The identity equation. Identity. Repetition time. Your votes are your actions. Cast them daily. Every sentence spoken is a vote for I am a speaker. Every set finished is a vote for I am disciplined. Every page read is a vote for I am a learner. One day, people will say, you're so confident, you're so fluent, you're so focused. They'll see the result, you'll know the reason, because you repeated it until it became you. Truth 4, you're training, always. Every moment, your brain is in the gym. Not just when you put in real work. Not just when you open a textbook, when you go to the gym, when you practice pronunciation or write a paragraph. Every choice is a rep. Every habit is a coach. Every pattern is a program you're installing into yourself. Most people believe training starts when you feel productive. I'm training when I study English. I'm training when I code. I'm training when I lift. But the reality is sharper than that. You're training when you scroll. You're training when you procrastinate. You're training when you avoid the thing that scares you. You're always becoming something, but if that something is weaker, more distracted, more afraid. Look at your day like this. When you reach for your phone, the second you feel bored, you train your brain to crave distraction. When you say you'll do it tomorrow to a 5-minute task, you train your mind to tolerate quitting. When you stay silent in class because you're afraid of mistakes, you train your nervous system to connect English with fear. When you break tiny promises to yourself, you train your identity to believe I don't follow through. That's the dangerous part. You're getting better at something, but is it the thing you actually want? 2 ordinary evenings, same city, same tired body after work. Person A opens a streaming app and unwinds for 3 hours. Person B opens a notes app and speaks English out loud for 10 minutes, records 1 voice memo, and looks up 2 new phrases. Both are training. One is training escape, passive comfort, and impulse. The other is training courage, focus, and skill. Multiply this by 365. Person A deepens the groove of avoidance. The ill, start tomorrow voice gets louder and easier. Person B builds a tongue that moves and a mind that reaches for words automatically. Different futures, built by the same raw material. An evening. Your brain is not a courtroom arguing about motivation. It's a machine building pathways. Repetition lays track. The pathway you use gets smoother. The pathway you ignore gets overgrown. That's why people who give up start giving up faster. Why people who avoid something difficult begin to avoid everything meaningful. Why someone who scrolls through hundreds of 10-second clips can't finish a single page. They train their attention to sprint in circles. The good news is nuclear. You can train the opposite on purpose. Start microscopic. Win unfairly small. 5 minutes of spoken English, every day, no excuses. Set a timer. Hit record. Talk about your day. 1 take. Don't re-record. 1 tiny promise kept, every day. Make your bed. Drink a glass of water. Read 1 page. Do 1 push-up. Then do 2. 1 distraction blocked, every day. Put the phone in another room for 20 minutes. Disable 1 notification. Close 1 tab. 1 courage rep, every day. Ask 1 question in class. Send 1 message in English. Try 1 sentence you've been avoiding. This is not about intensity. It's about identity. When you keep a small promise, your brain updates the story. We are the kind of person who does what we say. When you speak for 5 minutes, your mouth learns the rhythm of English. Your ear learns the music. Your fear loses its oxygen. When you say no to 1 distraction, you teach your nervous system that focus is safe. If you want a simple framework, use the Wandrenlowen rule. 1 goal. I'm training to be a confident English speaker. 1 daily action. I speak out loud for 5 minutes. 1 weekly stretch. I record and share 1 60-second clip. No drama, no hacks, no perfect plan. Just consistent reps that shift who you are. Here's how to make those reps stick. 1. Make it visible. Put your training board on the wall. 30 boxes for the month. Each day, you complete your 5 minutes, mark a clear X. The chain is motivation. 2. Make it stupid simple. Keep a script seed list so you never start from zero. Describe my breakfast. Explain my weekend plan. Teach 1 phrasal verb. Tell a 30-second story about a childhood memory. Hit record. Pick a seed. Go. 3. Make it safe to be bad. Fluency grows from messy first drafts. Your first 100 voice notes are allowed to be awkward. The only rule, don't delete them. Keep the evidence that you're training. 4. Make it costly to skip. If you miss a day, your penalty is tiny but annoying. 20 jumping jacks, wipe your desk, or message a friend. I skipped my rep today, holding myself accountable. Pain teaches faster than guilt. 5. Make it real. Use your English for real tasks. Order coffee. Ask for directions. Explain your job to a child. Summarize a YouTube video out loud. Training transfers when it touches life. And when the old patterns whisper, I'm just resting. Check the truth. Rest is scheduled recovery after reps. Avoidance is unplanned escape before them. Which one are you doing? I'm shy. Shy is a skill you practiced, so is speaking up. Which will you rehearse today? It'll start next week. Next week is a costume your fear wears. Strip the costume. Start with 60 seconds today. Because here's the promise. No one will clap for you at the beginning. There is no crowd for the first 100 quiet nights. But a year from now, people will ask, how are you so confident? How is your English so smooth? How do you focus like that? And you'll smile, not because it was easy, but because you trained for it. So stop asking, am I improving? That's a feeling, and feelings lie. Ask, what am I rehearsing right now? That's a fact, and facts build futures. Are you training strength or softness? Focus or fragmentation? Speaking or silence? Action or explanation? Confidence or hesitation? Right now, this second, you're either practicing your dream or practicing your excuse. There is no neutral. There is only the rep you choose. Pick your rep. Do it small. Do it daily. Do it badly if you must. But do it. Because your future isn't waiting at the finish line. It's being built in this minute with your next choice. Truth 5. Discipline drowns. Motivation. You've been told to get motivated. Watch another clip. Read another quote. Turn the music up and ride the wave. But waves crash. Feelings fade. And when they do, most people stop. Not because they're incapable, because they relied on a visitor to do a resident's job. Motivation is a spark. Discipline is a power plant. Motivation's a guest. Discipline pays the rent. Motivation shows up when it feels like it. Discipline shows up because it said it would. High performers, fluent English speakers, founders who build from zero, they don't ask, do I feel like it? They ask, did I promise this? Then they move, quietly, repeatedly, especially on the days that feel heavy. Every morning, 2 voices speak. The voice of comfort says, you've earned a break. Tomorrow will be better. The voice of commitment says, we move now. Not because it's easy, because it's who we are. Which voice do you obey more often? That voice writes your future. Their identities shift. People think discipline is a mood. It's not. It's an identity. I'm the kind of person who shows up. That sentence is stronger than any playlist. You don't need lightning in the sky when the light is already on inside you. When someone asks, how do you stay motivated? The disciplined person answers, I don't. I stay consistent. That's the divide. Motivated people act when there's a reason. Disciplined people act and create the reason. English plus. Discipline, not English plus hype. Let's bring this to your English. Motivated mindset. I feel great today. Hours. I'm tired tomorrow, 6 minutes. Roller coaster. Disciplined mindset. Minimum 10 focused minutes daily. No 0 days. Rocket ship. One path is emotional weather. The other is a climate you control. Why discipline wins. 1. Self-trust. You do what you said you'd do. Confidence stops being a theory and becomes evidence. 2. Pain tolerance. Motivation avoids discomfort. Discipline uses it as a gym. 3. Identity creation. You don't feel like a fluent speaker. You train like one until reality catches up. You were not lied to about what you want. You were lied to about how it will feel. Real change is not cozy, but neither is staying stuck. Choose your discomfort. The 30-60-90 Discipline Protocol, English edition. No drama, no perfect plan, just non-negotiables. Daily non-negotiable, 10-20 minutes total. 1. Shadow 5 minutes. Pick any clear English clip. Play 12 sentences, pause, imitate rhythm and stress. Repeat. 2. Speak 5 minutes, voice note. Answer 1 prompt. What did I learn today? Or what challenged me? Don't write, speak. 3. Micro read 510 minutes, 1 short article or story. Out loud for 60 seconds. Underline 3 useful phrases. Rules. No 0 days. Sick? Busy. Then do 3 minutes. Touch the habit. Same time daily. Tie it to an anchor. 6:30 p.m. English. Alarm on. Track it in plain sight. Put a calendar on your wall. Mark X's. Never break the chain. After 30 days, resistance drops. You stop bargaining. After 60 days, clarity rises. Your mouth finds the words faster. After 90 days, people ask, when did your English level up? You'll know the answer. Silence and discipline. Handling the hard days because they're coming. Discipline plans for storms. If then scripts. Oh, if I get home late, then I do a 3-minute shadow. 1-minute voice note before bed. Oh, if I miss my slot, then I do it immediately after dinner. Low bar version. On terrible days, the goal becomes open mouth. Speak 60 seconds. That's it. Environment design. Headphones on desk. Bookmark your practice page. Remove friction. One decision rule. Decide the when once per week. Execute daily without redeciding. Sunday audit. 10 minutes. What worked? Where did you stall? Adjust the smallest possible thing. Discipline across life. Same engine, different tracks. Health. Eat clean when cravings yell. Go for a 10-minute walk when the couch screams louder. Work business. Publish when results are invisible. Iterate when nobody claps. Mind. Journal 1 page, even when it feels pointless. The point is, you did what you said. Average lives are built on perfect conditions. Exceptional lives are built on consistent repetitions under imperfect conditions. The Discipline Playbook. Use this like a checklist. Tape it where you can see it. 1. Identity statement. I'm a disciplined learner. I show up daily. Say it out loud before practice. 2. Non-negotiable window. Fixed time. Small scope. Zero debate. 3. Single constraint. No 0 days. Even 2 minutes counts. 4. Visible scoreboard, paper calendar, habit app, or post-it chain. Keep the streak alive. 5. Process. Prize. Aim at do the reps, not feel amazing. Feelings are lagging indicators. 6. Discomfort. Reps. Each time you practice while tired, you strengthen the do it anyway muscle. 7. Reset fast. Miss 1 day? Fine. Never miss 2. 8. Quarterly upgrade. Every 90 days, raise the bar 120%. Longer shadowing, tougher texts, real conversations. Mini drills to stay sharp. Rotate these through your week to keep it fresh without depending on motivation. 3-phrase challenge, 3 mins. From today's reading, pick 3 phrases and use each in a spoken sentence about your life. 1 take story, 2 mins. Tell a quick story with beginning, middle, end. No stopping. Question ladder, 5 mins. Ask and answer your own. Why, how, what if. On one topic to deepen vocabulary. Accent tune-up, 4 mins. Record 1 paragraph, compare with a native sample, adjust stress on 3 target words. Real talk rep, 5 mins. Send a 60-second audio message to a language partner daily. Low stakes, high frequency. What you'll notice sooner than you think. You start before your brain has time to negotiate. Hard days stop being special, they're just days. You trust yourself more. And fluent speech follows trust like a shadow. People will still ask, what's your secret? You'll smile because there wasn't one. There was a calendar, a window of time, and a promise you kept. Final call. Stop waiting for the mood. Stop worshipping the spark. Build the power plant. Today, choose a time. Set the smallest non-negotiable. Do it, even if it's ugly. Especially if it's ugly. Because you don't need permission. You don't need to feel ready. You need to show up quietly, repeatedly, relentlessly. That's discipline. That's how your English levels up. That's how your life changes. Move. Now. Truth 6. Practice in private. Perform in public. Everyone loves the spotlight. The stage, the camera, the comments. But the spotlight only reflects what you built in the dark. Public success is an echo. The real voice is your silent work. Think of an orchestra before a world tour. You see the concert, perfect tempo, perfect harmony, thunderous applause. What you don't see? Countless rehearsals in a windowless room. Musicians drilling one difficult bar for an hour. Conductor stopping the music after 3 seconds to fix a breath. Violins repeating the same bow stroke until the sound is clean. No glitter, no audience, just work. So when the lights finally rise, nothing is left to chance. The performance looks effortless because the practice was merciless. Your life is the same. The result everyone notices is built from the hours no one notices. Want fluent English on stage, at work, in an interview? Then you must first be clumsy in private. Mumble through tongue twisters alone. Shadow voices at 6 a.m. Record awkward, shaky voice notes on your phone. Listen back. Fix one mistake, then another. That is how smooth speech is born inside the boring, lonely repetitions nobody uploads. Pilots don't learn in the sky. They learn in simulators where it's safe to fail. Actors don't find their lines under the red carpet. They find them under fluorescent lights, with bad coffee and a script full of scribbles. Athletes don't get fast during the finals. They get fast in empty gyms when the floor squeaks and the clock seems stuck. Private mistakes create public mastery. So make your room your simulator. Whisper the difficult sounds. Pete, E-R-L-A-L-V. Exaggerate them in private so they feel natural in public. Shadow one native clip daily. Don't stop the audio. Chase it. Miss words. Keep going. Read one page out loud. Circle the words that trip you. Build a tiny drill for each. Write a 60-second story about your day. Speak it into your phone. Listen once. Fix one thing. Re-record. Keep a sound ledger. New phrases you like. 3 example sentences each. Withdraw from it when you speak. You don't need a classroom to get fluent. You need privacy and persistence. 10 quiet minutes every morning beats 2 loud hours once a month. Consistency is a louder amplifier than adrenaline. But here's the trap. You won't get applause in private. No one will see your practice streak. No one will like your 17th voice memo. That is the point. Silence starves your ego and feeds your craft. If you can keep going without being seen, you're becoming dangerous. Because when you finally step into the light, your skills will speak for you. Use the iceberg rule. Show 10%, build 90%. For every 1 post, do 9 practices nobody knows about. For every public presentation, do 9 private run-throughs with a timer. For every casual conversation in English, do 9 minutes of shadowing beforehand. Let your visible tip rest on a massive, invisible base. Perfection is not the goal of private practice. Permission is. Permission to fail. Permission to sound strange. Permission to restart the sentence 5 times. Public spaces punish mistakes. Private spaces harvest them. Collect mistakes like data. Each one tells you exactly where to tighten a screw. When doubt whispers, "You're not ready," answer with reps. Repetition is readiness. Repetition turns fear into muscle memory. You don't rise to the occasion. You fall back on your training. If your training is rich, your fallback is excellence. So here's your quiet blueprint for the next 30 days. 1. Small daily window. 12 minutes of out loud English before the day attacks you. Non-negotiable. 2. 1 focus per week. Week 1 pronunciation. Week 2 linking, intonation. Week 3 clarity under speed. Week 4 storytelling. 3. Measure something simple. Number of recordings, number of lines shadowed, number of clean takes. What gets counted improves. 4. Public micro test. Every Saturday, speak for 60 seconds to a real human or post a short audio in a group. Not to flex, just to expose your progress to friction. 5. Protect the room. Phone outside, door closed, script ready. Ritual builds identity. Identity sustains action. Do not rush the reveal. Bamboo spends years growing roots before it shoots above the ground. Then it rises fast. Your roots are built in private. Vocabulary roots, sound roots, confidence roots. Grow them where no one claps. Then, when it's time, you'll rise too quickly for doubt to catch you. One day, people will call your English natural, your answers sharp, your presence confident. They will blame talent. They will blame luck. Smile. You will know the truth. It wasn't talent. It wasn't luck. It was the 100 quiet mornings when you chose practice over praise. Practice in private. Perform in public. Let the world see the echo. You build the voice. Truth 7. Your habits write your destiny. They don't shout. They whisper. They don't ask permission. They repeat. And while you're busy dreaming about a different life, your habits are quietly building the one you actually live in. People worship big goals, New Year plans, vision boards, dramatic decisions. But the future isn't built in announcements. It's poured, drip by drip, from the cup you lift every morning, from the apps you open first, from the promises you keep when nobody's watching. Here's the trap. Habits hide in plain sight. You don't decide to reach for your phone, you just do. You don't choose to skip the drill, you just slide past it. And inch by inch, the invisible becomes inevitable. Think of a metronome in a music studio. One steady click will not make a symphony. But keep that click for weeks, suddenly the drummer's timing is surgical. The band is tight. The performance feels effortless. It wasn't talent. It was timing trained by repetition. Your life works the same way. The click is your morning. The click is your first hour. The click is that tiny, boring action you're tempted to ignore. You don't need a perfect plan. You need a repeatable one. Not a 3-hour marathon, a 15-minute non-negotiable. Not 100 new tactics. 5 small moves you execute 100 times. For English learners, stop bargaining with motivation. Design a system. Same time, every day. 15 minutes of input, listening, reading. Plus, 5 minutes of output, speaking, writing. One sentence you can actually use today. Say it aloud 5 times, record it once. One short shadowing clip. Match the melody, not just the words. One tiny win logged in a notebook. Date. What you learned. Where you'll use it. That's it. Keep the click. Guardrails matter more than hype. Phone stays outside the room for the first 30 minutes. Water before coffee. Open your notebook before you open any app. When, not if, you miss a day, your rule is never miss twice. Want to predict your future? Audit your loops. What time do you get up? What's the first thing you consume noirs or knowledge? How long do you scroll before you create? What do you repeat when you're tired? Your habits are training your identity. Every rep says, I'm the kind of person who you're either rehearsing power or rehearsing excuses. Start microscopic. One English phrase you'll use at lunch. 1 page read while the kettle boils. 1 paragraph of journaling before bed. 1 minute of breath before you touch a screen. Then protect them like treasure. Put the book on your pillow so the habit tackles you at night. Put the notebook on your desk so it greets you in the morning. Put the headphones by the door so your walk becomes a listening session. Remember, you don't rise to the level of your goals. You sink to the level of your systems. Dreams point. Habits deliver. So build rituals that buy you peace. Build rhythms that compound your power. Build repetitions that model the life you want until the future you stops being a wish and starts being your schedule. Because habits are not small. They are the blueprint, the engine, the quiet law. They never sleep and they always collect. Make sure they're collecting for you, not against you. Truth 8. Confidence is built in silence, not in speeches, not in selfies, not in slogans. In the hours no one sees. People want the feeling first. They wait for confidence like weather. When I feel ready, it'll speak. When I feel brave, it'll start. But confidence isn't weather. It's architecture. You don't wait for it. You lay bricks. Here's the trap. Wanting confidence before reps. Here's the truth. Confidence is the residue of repetition. Do the work so many times that doubt has nowhere to sit. Think about a violinist before a sold-out concert. No captions, no spotlight, just scales. Hundreds of bow strokes, micro corrections. By the time she steps on stage, her hands already know. She doesn't believe she can play. She has proof. That's what you need. Proof. Not hype, not noise, not a perfect plan. Daily boring proof stacked into a wall you can lean on. You want English confidence? Train your mouth, not just your mind. Vocabulary without voice is theory. Confidence lives in sound, breath, rhythm. Do this. 1. 3 out louds. Every day, speak 3 clean English sentences clearly, at full voice. 1 about your name and background. 1 about what you're doing today. 1 about a thought or opinion. No whispering, no apologizing. Own the air. 2. Shadow and shape. Choose a 30-60 second clip from a native speaker. Play 1 line. Pause. Imitate exactly. Match melody, pace, and emotion. That's mouth training. 3. 1 take record. Record a single take. No editing. Listen back for clarity, speed, and fillers. Fix 1 thing tomorrow. Just 1. 4. Micro reps. Macro calm. 5 minutes in the morning. 5 at night. Set a timer. When it ends, stop. The goal isn't drama. It's deposits. At work? Preparing for interviews? Stand in front of a chair and make it your panel. Answer 5 common questions out loud. Tell me about yourself. What's a challenge you solved? Why this role? What did you learn last year? What will you do in your first 30 days? Don't chase perfect words. Chase steady delivery. Feel awkward? Good. Awkward is the muscle tearing, so a stronger one can grow. Feel misunderstood? Good. That's friction. Friction becomes fluency. Feel slow? Good. Slow is smooth. Smooth becomes fast. Give yourself 30 days. Day 17. Build the habit. Keep the promise. 3 sentences. 1 shadow. 1 recording. Day 814. Increase clarity. Remove and apologies. Hit consonants. Finish words. Day 1521. Add pressure. Speak standing. Speak after a brisk walk. Speak with a friend. Day 2230. Rehearse real life. Simulate interviews, meetings, or a 60-second story. By day 30, something quiet changes. Not louder, ego-steadier pulse. You'll walk into a room and your body will already know what to do. Not because you're special, but because you're prepared. Understand this. True confidence doesn't announce itself. It arrives with you. It sits in your posture, your breathing, your pace. It's the calm of someone who is paid in repetitions. So stop hunting for the feeling. Start stacking the proof. Let the reps rewrite your story. Let your consistency do the talking. Practice daily until your presence says what your mouth doesn't have to. I'm ready. Truth 9, rewritten. Every rep is a ballot. Every minute is a mark on your identity. You don't need to flip your whole life before sunset. You just need to cast 1 honest vote. Most people wait for fireworks, new year, new job, new plan, new version of themselves. But transformation is not a stadium moment. It's a quiet polling station inside your day. 1 glass of water instead of soda vote. 10 push-ups vote. 1 English sentence spoken out loud when you don't feel ready vote. Tiny decisions, counted daily, change your passport from maybe to becoming. Here's the hard truth. You're not broken. You're undervoted. Too many ballots for delay. Too many ballots for tomorrow. Too many ballots for the easy path when the meaningful path was 5 minutes away. Identity is not declared. It's tallied. Say I am a fluent speaker all you want if your day has 0 speaking. The box stays empty. But read 1 page, shadow 1 paragraph, record 1 30-second voice. Note now the box has ink. Do that again tomorrow. And again. And again. The count starts to lean your way. Think about it like this. When you pick up your phone on autopilot, you vote for distraction. When you open your notebook instead, you vote for focus. When you avoid the hard conversation, you vote for fear. When you try, stumble, and try again, you vote for courage. No vote is wasted. Everyone nudges the scoreboard. Ask yourself right now, what am I voting for with this next choice? Does it build the future me or feed the old me? Is it a vote for the fluent, disciplined, clear-thinking version of me or for comfort in disguise? Stop chasing perfect. Perfect doesn't vote. Small and repeated wins elections. A simple system for today. 1. Micro start, 2 minutes. Open your mouth and speak 1 English sentence you actually need in life. An introduction, a request, a question. Record it. That's a vote for I speak. 2. Micro stretch, 5 minutes. Shadow a native clip. Don't pause. Keep pace. Messy is fine. That's a vote for I can handle speed. 3. Micro proof. 1 line. Write 1 sentence about your day in English and correct it. That's a vote for I learn from feedback. 3 votes, 10 minutes. Identity moved. Rules to keep the ballot box honest. Make the vote visible. Track it with checkboxes. If you can't see your votes, you will believe lies about your progress. Shrink the ballot, not the standard. Bad day. Don't skip halve it. 2 minutes still counts. Chain your votes. Attach practice to a trigger you already do. After coffee, 1 sentence. After lunch, 1 paragraph. Before sleep, 1 recap line. Protect the margin. 1 low energy hour without the phone buys you 10 high quality votes this week. When doubt shows up, is this tiny thing even doing anything? Remember, bricks look boring until they become a wall. Votes look small until they become a landslide. You don't need to win by 10,000 today. You just need to keep the lead. So here's your prompt for the next 24 hours. Morning. Say your name, your role, and 1 intention in English. Record it. Afternoon. Read 1 page out loud. Underline 1 new phrase. Evening. Write 3 bullet points about your day. Fix 1 mistake. 3 clear votes. 0 drama. Identity reinforced. 1 day becomes a week. A week becomes a streak. A streak becomes a story you can't argue with. And when people ask, how did you change? You won't say, I waited for motivation. You'll say, I kept voting. Not because you posted it, because you proved it. Pick your next vote. Cast it now. Truth number 10. Daily practice is the ultimate revenge. You don't need to shout. You don't need to prove. Just practice so much that success becomes your loudest answer. They laughed at you. They ignored your effort. They called you slow. They doubted your dream. They said, you fluent in English. You become rich. You confident. You successful. And those voices hurt. They stayed in your head. They followed you into your sleep, into your mirror, into your silence. But here's the thing most people don't realize. You don't need to fight them. You don't need to convince them. You don't even need to respond. Because the most powerful revenge is not screaming. It's not arguing. It's not proving your worth through words. The most powerful revenge is this. Show up every day in silence and build a life so strong that they choke on their doubts. For example, a volcano doesn't argue. It doesn't shout back at the people who doubt its power. It doesn't announce when it will erupt. Instead, it practices in silence, collecting pressure building heat layer by layer deep inside the earth. For years, sometimes decades, nothing seems to happen. People forget it even exists. They mock its stillness. They think it's weak. They call it dead. But then one day, without warning, it explodes with unstoppable force. The entire world sees. No one can deny it anymore. That's what daily practice is. You don't need to prove yourself. You don't need to respond to doubters. You just need to keep building silently every single day. And when the time comes, your results will erupt so powerfully that no one will ever question you again. Your success becomes your eruption. Your discipline becomes your revenge. You can either waste your life trying to explain your dreams to people who will never understand them, trying to defend your growth to people who fear it, trying to prove your worth to people who never saw it. Or you can do something different. You can go quiet. You can go deep. You can disappear from their opinions and reappear in success. You can practice in silence until your success becomes a sound so loud it deafens the world that once ignored you. Don't argue. Don't complain. Don't beg for validation. Just wake up tomorrow and practice. Practice your English. Practice your reading. Practice your habits. Practice your discipline. Practice your self-control. Practice your peace. And then repeat it every day, because the most dangerous person in the world is the one who says nothing but builds everything. This is not just about daily practice. This is about becoming the kind of person who doesn't break even when the world laughs. You don't need to post your progress. You don't need to announce your goals. You don't need to say, "Look at me now." Your work will say it for you. Louder, stronger, forever. Let your results be your revenge. Let your growth be your answer. Let your success be your voice. Because the one who practices daily becomes a storm. Listen closely. You don't need more motivation. You need more repetition. You don't need a miracle. You need a system. You don't need to shout louder. You need to train deeper, because everything you dream of, everything you wish for, everything they said you couldn't have is already possible. But it will never arrive through hope alone. It only arrives through daily silent, boring, lonely practice. You want to be fluent in English? Don't wait for magic. Speak today, tomorrow, the next day, and don't stop. You want to change your life? Don't wait for motivation. Wake up, move your body, control your mind, track your habits, and don't stop. The world is full of people who started strong and gave up quietly. And don't be one of them. Be the one who trained. Be the one who built. Be the one who kept showing up even when no one believed. Even when no one clapped. Even when no one noticed. Because one day they will ask, "How did you do it?" And you will say nothing, because your life will answer for you. If this video helped you, let it become your daily guide. Let it become your mirror. Let it become your system. And if you're serious about growing your English and your life, subscribe now. Because here, we don't just give you hype. We give you systems. We give you truth. We give you power. And now that you've learned the silent power of daily practice, there's only one thing left to do. Go do it every day without fail, without fear, without noise. And one day, the world will have no choice but to listen, because daily practice never loses.